just wanted to jump in real quick to tell you that we are doing our annual Christmas pre-order this Saturday. We're going to have 2 soap bundles available, one with all of our frosted tops and one with all of our artisan soaps. And for anyone who pre-orders the bundle, you will be getting our wintry December sticker with it for free. We like to do this every year for those of y'all who are concerned that you won't be able to get all the soap goodies that you want, since we have had a problem with selling out in the past. And all of the pre-orders will be shipping at the same time as regular orders. So if you would like to pre-order a bundle and then just add on 1 or 2 items later during the December release, you can absolutely do that. We will combine those orders and refund you the excess shipping. So set your alarms for this Saturday at 3 p.m. for that pre-order, and we'll continue on with our video. This video is brought to you by Nature's Garden. Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. My name is Katie Carson. I'm the Duchess of Suds over here at this soap making channel. In today's video, we are going to make some soap cupcakes, and not regular soap cupcakes, melt and pour soap cupcakes, i.e. caustic-free soap crafting. This is a free recipe over at Nature's Garden, and Nature's Garden has recently updated their website to be very easy to navigate, very easy to understand. They have really done the most with this updated and improved website design. We customers now have the ability to add things to a wish list, which I am so excited about. I have wanted that feature for forever. They refreshed the loyalty program interface and added even better incentives and rewards. They added a PayPal checkout and payment plan option. They are also expanding their melt and pour soap base offerings with 4 of their very own melt and pour bases. So these are the Suds and Glow melt and pour. They have clear, they have white, they have shea butter, and they have goat milk melt and pour. All of these bases are detergent free, SLS free, gluten free, and do not test on animals. So really wonderful melt and pour bases. I have personally used them and they are excellent. This recipe is going to be very straightforward and very simple. If you've never made soap before, this would be a great way to jump into soap making. If you're interested in doing a fun holiday craft with the littles, this is also really perfect for that because there are no caustics. It is just melt and pour. You heat it up in the microwave, you pour it into the mold, and you end up with a really beautiful and functional piece of soap art. So without further ado, let's make some soap. Here is the printed recipe. Once again, this is available for free on their website, so you can go look at it and check it out anytime you like. Here are all of the ingredients from Nature's Garden that we will be using today, and here are some other pieces of equipment and ingredients that you need to provide. Really regular stuff like a cutting board, a knife, a microwave, a scale. You know, just regular soap crafting stuff. And we're gonna start out by making this guy right here. How cute is he? And then we will move on to the Christmas tree and the little Santa Claus cupcake. First thing we have to do is make those soap cupcake bases. The ones for gingerbread are brown, so we're going to use this mold. And we will use this gingerbread fragrance, which smells absolutely divine, with some vanilla color stabilizer so it doesn't darken or get speckledy over time, since there is vanillin in this fragrance oil. And I'm going to start by chopping up some of this Suds and Glow shea butter melt and pour soap base. All right, I have my melt and pour all ready to go into the microwave. I have my brown colorant set to the side, and I have my fragrance oil and vanilla color stabilizer all blended together and ready to pour into the melt and pour. It only took 30 seconds to get our melt and pour completely liquefied. So now I'm going to add my fragrance oil and vanilla color stabilizer. I love mixing up my fragrance oil in a silicone container because it will not eat through the silicone like it may do a plastic cup, and it's not glass, so I don't have to be worried about dropping it. Now I'm just going to blend this in. I like to blend my fragrance into my melt and pour soap base anywhere between 15 and 30 seconds. It kind of just depends on how big the batch is. And now using this plastic embed mold, we're going to put the faces and buttons on our gingerbread. Using a pipette here, I'm just going to take some of that white soap and very carefully, I'm just going to squeeze ever so slightly, just the teeniest amount. Spritz that with rubbing alcohol if you have any air bubbles. Gotta be very, very, very careful. I'm barely even squeezing, you guys. I'm kind of a perfectionist about stuff like this. Like, I can see that those two buttons just joined up. I'm gonna try to not let that bother me, but it might. There's the first one done. Okay, and there's a second one done. And just for good measure, I'm gonna go ahead and do a third one in case I don't like the way one of those looks. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna squeeze the rest of the melt and pour out of this soap pipette so I can use it again. Set this off to the side. And I'm going to mix in 25 drops of our brown colorant. And we'll just stir that in. Ooh, that looks so delicious. Gonna scrape those sides so that everything is nice and incorporated. And the workability of this melt and pour base is incredible. You have so much time to stir and work. It stays liquid forever. Now I'm going to drop in 5 drops of black for our final color. Looks just like real gingerbread. And now that everything is blended in and I don't see any streaks of color, we can start pouring this into our molds. We'll start with our little gingerbread men, and if I have some color that I'm layering in a mold like this, I'll start by spritzing with rubbing alcohol. And then I will pour into an area of the cavity that is furthest away from that first layer so that it can gently glide over the top. So I'm going to start here close to me, down at the little gingerbread legs, let it glide over the top and fill that cavity completely. Last one here. Fill it all the way up. I err on the side of adding too much because I can always cut away anything that maybe looks a little janky, but if you have embeds that are too thin, they'll break easily. Go ahead and spritz that to pop any bubbles, and we'll move this off to the side. The rest of our melt and pour base is going straight into our 2 cupcake molds, and since this is the last bit of melt and pour, I am going to pour just a little bit at a time to make sure both of these are filled to the tippy top and equal. Looks like we might even have a little bit left over. Now that I have poured everything, I'm going to move it out of the way. This is why I typically recommend putting a cookie sheet or, like what I'm using, a piece of wood underneath your molds so you can move it with ease and move on to the next part of your project on the same surface. So I'm just going to pick this up very carefully because those molds are really full. Also, I have very shaky hands, so if I can do it, you can do it. Now for the Christmas treat cupcakes, I went ahead and put in my 200 grams of shea butter melt and pour, and I have my 10 grams of the Christmas tree fragrance with 10 grams of vanilla color stabilizer. So I'll just go ahead and pour all of that in and mix it in for about 2 minutes. Now I'm adding 15 drops of this neon green liquid colorant. Stir it really good, making sure that I scrape the sides. This should be relatively easy to tell when it's done. And now we pour into our mold. Just a little overflow, not a whole bunch. I actually really like that Nature's Garden gives you a little bit of overflow to the recipe because then you know you have those soap molds filled to the brim. I'll just spritz it real quick with rubbing alcohol, which of course will make the soap run a little bit. No big deal, because at least we know this mold is completely filled. And I will do my very best to move it. I should have gone and gotten another sheet to put underneath this because now I've got to move it and try not to bend it too much and let it sit for about 2 hours. I let the soap harden for about 4 hours before popping them out of the molds, and my favorite trick for getting soap bars out of plastic molds is to pop the molds into the freezer for about 5 minutes and then run hot water over the mold for about 30 seconds. They will literally slide right out. No more pushing or breaking your plastic molds. That will do it every time, no matter how thick or how thin your embed molds are. So here we go. I did, you see, add an extra button here. I didn't fill it quite enough on this one, but you can still definitely tell they are gingerbread. Now it's time to make our frosting. So in this container, I have 75 grams of my whipped soap base. And then in this container, I have my vanilla color stabilizer. I have my fragrance. I'm using that gingerbread again. And I have 7 grams of glycerins. And our first step is to mix this up with a hand blender until smooth. As you can see, I'm only using 1 beater attachment because this is a small container and I don't actually need it, so I'm not going to dirty up extra dishes. I like to mix mine for a little bit and then wipe down the sides with a spatula, again, just to make sure that nothing is grainy. Awesome. Now I am going to go melt down 75 grams of our shea butter melt and pour. Here is my liquid melt and pour soap base. So I'm just going to pour that right into my whipped soap. I did warm this up a little past what I normally do so that my soap frosting will stay pipeable for longer. And I'm just going to start blending this on low, and then we'll increase the speed until it gets to frosting consistency. All right, so you can see this is whipped up and it will get harder and harder as it sits. So I'm going to put it into my piping bag as fast as possible. I have an 826 piping tip connected to this piping bag. And then here I am just going to take my little paint scraper. I use this all the time for soap frosting of all different types because it works. And I'm going to squeeze out any little bits of air that may be trapped in there. And then make sure that all the frosting is down close to the piping tip, just like this. And now we can start to frost our cupcakes. I'm just gonna wipe off any condensation that may have accumulated on the top of these soaps. Spritz the top with a little bit of rubbing alcohol to help it stick and start frosting. So I'm gonna start by putting a big dollop in the middle, just like this. And then I'm going to go around the edge, all the way around the edge, like a big fluffy cupcake. And then after I do one round, I am going to take my paint scraper and go ahead and scrape what I can down closer to the end of the nozzle. This is going to help remind me about how much frosting I have left so that everybody gets roughly the same amount. I like 3 layers on my soap cupcakes. In real life, I feel like 3 layers might be a lot. So keep that in mind. You can make your soap cupcakes as tall or as short as you like. Cool. Look how good that looks. Just like a real cupcake. Oh my word. They have a variety of different things you could actually sprinkle on the top of this. I'm going to be using the diamond dust. Just gonna dip my makeup brush into the bag and sprinkle this on top so it looks like fresh fallen snow. Ugh, that is so pretty. And before it gets too hard, I'm going to place my little gingerbread right into the top here. Let's see which way looks the best. Probably this one right here. Yes, perfect. And then you could add some jojoba beads. You could add some little sprinkles. Be aware that with this type of frosting, and if your soap is exposed to the air, sprinkles may kind of bleed over time. But I'm not selling these. I'm just making them for personal use. So I'm going to add just a couple to mine for fun. And because the frosting is already so hard and so stiff, I'm actually just gonna take these individually and place them on because they definitely won't be sticking otherwise. Get a load of these. They are ridiculously cute, and that's right, no cure time because they're melt and pour. You could use them right away. These look incredible. So let's move along to the next soap cupcake. All right, we have our little soap cupcake bases out of the mold, so now it is time to mix up our whipped soap. Now, you may notice this is the exact same container I used for the gingerbread ones because I'm not going to wash this out if it all has vanilla color stabilizer in it and if the other color was white, okay? Save yourself some time and some dishes and reuse them if you can. So in here I have 7 grams of the Christmas tree fragrance, I have 7 grams of the vanilla color stabilizer, I have 20 drops of the green colorant, and then I have 7 grams of glycerin with the 75 grams of whipped soap. Let's see this all mixed up. I know it is going to be so pretty. Wow, this is so pretty. Okay, let's go get our 75 grams of melt and pour. All right, gonna go ahead and pour that melt and pour in. Kind of scrape down my container a little bit. Right, time to mix it all up. Wipe down the sides a little bit. Ooh, that looks so good. It kind of looks like the Grinch. Fill up my frosting bag. All right, gonna scooch this down as far as it'll go. About that much. Spritz, spritz. Okay, so cute. Now you could put some shimmery sparkles on it. I'm going to put a little star sprinkle on the top of each of mine. And some Christmas colored sprinkles. And this is what our Christmas tree soaps end up looking like. Isn't that cute? Oh, absolutely gorgeous. And they smell so good. The Santa hat cupcakes were actually the most interesting to make, in my opinion, because there were 3 layers in the cupcake base. So I had to pour a little, wait a while, pour some more, wait a while, and then pour the rest. And then the top of the cupcake is actually the Santa hat. So you pipe a little into the middle, mound it up really high like you would a hat, and then the next portion is the fluffy rim, and then the little pom-pom ball. So these are the most creative in my opinion, and they look so cute. I chose not to put any glitter or embellishments on there. I just left it as is because they are perfect. Okay, but these cupcakes, right? And they're really big. Like, you should definitely cut this in half and use it at multiple bathroom sinks, or one at the sink, one in the shower, because they are big. They're full-size cupcakes. As far as fragrance goes, I think the Santa one is my favorite with the Santa Snacks fragrance. It's a really good vanilla. It smells like fresh baked cookies. Thank you so much to Nature's Garden for sponsoring today's video. You guys be sure to check out their brand new website and all the wonderful things they have over there, including their new melt and pour soap line. Like I said earlier, it's really easy to work with. It stays liquid a really long time. It doesn't get any weird film or skin on top of the melt and pour as soon as you pull it out of the microwave or off the double boiler. It's just so workable, and I absolutely love it. So again, thanks to Nature's Garden. Guys, go check them out. Be sure you do something fun for yourself today, whatever that may be, whether it is planning out your Thanksgiving feast and what you will be making. I'm the pie gal around my house, so I'll probably be making 4 or 5 pies, maybe even like a spice cake or something. But you guys know I don't really care what you do, just do something for you, and I will see you all next week on Monday for our next video. So until then, bye for now. Meow.